Have you ever felt angry, resentful, or vengeful towards someone who wronged you? Have you ever wished you could get back at them or make them suffer as much as they made you suffer? Have you ever wasted your time and energy plotting revenge or fantasizing about how you would humiliate them or hurt them? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are not alone. We all have enemies, or people who we perceive as enemies, in our lives. They could be our rivals, our competitors, our critics, our haters, or even our friends or family members who betrayed us or hurt us. But what if I told you that there is a better way to deal with your enemies? A way that does not involve fighting, violence, or aggression, but rather wisdom, virtue, and self-control. A way that not only destroys your enemies, but also transforms you into a better person, a person who is free from negative emotions and who lives in harmony with yourself, with others, and with nature. This way is the way of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing that is truly under our control is our own judgments, opinions, and actions, and that everything else is external, indifferent, and subject to change. Therefore, we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control without letting it disturb our peace of mind. Stoicism, therefore, is not a passive or indifferent attitude, but rather an active and rational one that enables us to live according to our nature and according to reason, and that empowers us to face any challenge, obstacle, or adversity with courage, wisdom, and dignity. So how can Stoicism help us destroy our enemies without fighting? Here are 7 ways based on the teachings of the Stoic philosophers. Number 1. Realize that your enemy is not your enemy, but your teacher. In the pursuit of understanding how to overcome adversaries without resorting to physical conflict, the first principle is to recognize that your enemy serves as a potent teacher in the classroom of life. Rather than viewing them as a malevolent force, consider your adversary as a catalyst for growth, challenging your limits, unveiling your weaknesses, and spotlighting your vices. Your enemy becomes a mirror reflecting the areas where improvement is necessary. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the eminent Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, the best way to avenge yourself is not to become like the wrongdoer. This profound statement underscores the importance of rising above animosity and cultivating virtues in response to adversity. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, Aurelius eloquently stated. This perspective urges you to transform obstacles into opportunities, using challenges as stepping stones toward personal and moral development. Rather than succumbing to anger or resentment, embrace the adversities posed by your enemy as a means to build resilience, fortitude, and wisdom. Furthermore, Marcus Aurelius encourages self-reflection with the advice: whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This introspective approach compels you to acknowledge your imperfections before passing judgment on others, fostering humility and empathy. Therefore, instead of harboring hatred or seeking revenge against your enemy, consider expressing gratitude for the valuable lessons they provide. Extend goodwill, wish them well, and explore the potential for reconciliation. Shift your perspective from viewing your enemy as a threat to embracing them as a unique gift, a blessing that propels you towards self-discovery and personal evolution. By adopting this mindset, you not only disarm your enemy's negative influence, but also elevate yourself to a higher plane of understanding and compassion. In essence, The path to destroying your enemy without resorting to physical conflict is paved with the wisdom garnered from treating adversity as a guiding teacher on your journey toward becoming a better person. Number 2. Realize that your enemy is not the cause of your suffering, but your judgment. In the quest to dismantle the power of your enemy without resorting to physical confrontation, the second crucial insight lies in understanding that your adversary is not the root cause of your suffering. It is, in fact, your own judgments that wield that power. Your enemy does not directly inject you with anger, sadness, or fear. Rather, it is your interpretation of their actions, your thought processes, and your reactions that shape your emotional responses. Your enemy, then, functions as a mirror reflecting the internal landscape of your mind and emotions. They illuminate the areas where your judgments are skewed, where irrationality and emotional reactivity govern your thoughts. In this context, your adversary serves as a catalyst, revealing the patterns of unrealistic expectations and highlighting the deep-seated attachments and aversions you hold towards external circumstances. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who himself rose from slavery to become a revered teacher, encapsulated this idea in his Enchiridion. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. This fundamental insight challenges the notion that external events have an inherent power to disturb one's peace of mind. Rather, it is the lens through which these events are interpreted that shapes the emotional response. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them, Epictetus emphasized. This declaration underscores the Stoic philosophy's emphasis on the internal realm, urging individuals to recognize that their perceptions and interpretations play a pivotal role in determining their emotional states. By understanding that your enemy is not the sole instigator of your turmoil, but rather a catalyst for your own judgments, you gain the power to reshape your reactions and cultivate emotional resilience. Moreover, Epictetus implores individuals to remember that insults and abuses do not inherently affront them. Instead, it is the interpretation and judgment placed upon these actions that lead to feelings of insult. This calls for a profound shift in perspective, from attributing blame to the external world to assuming responsibility for one's own interpretations and emotional responses. In lieu of directing blame, complaint, or resentment toward your enemy, undertake the transformative journey of self-examination. Challenge your assumptions, scrutinize your judgments, and endeavor to shift your perspective. Rather than perceiving your enemy as a source of pain, misery, or fear, recognize them as a catalyst for profound self-awareness, wisdom, joy, and courage. In this paradigm, your enemy becomes an unwitting guide, leading you towards the path of inner freedom and detachment from circumstances beyond your control. By acknowledging that your judgments hold the key to your emotional state, you empower yourself to break free from the chains of suffering and embrace the profound liberation that comes with a shift in perspective. Number 3, understand them. The paramount strategy in neutralizing your enemy without resorting to physical conflict is to delve deep into the realms of understanding. This involves comprehending the reasons behind their designation as your adversary, discerning their desires, and unraveling the intricacies of their thought processes. The key lies in perceiving them for who they truly are, not through the lens of imagination or preconceived notions. By cultivating a profound understanding of your enemy, you gain the ability to navigate potential conflicts judiciously. This insight allows you to preemptively discern their moves, exploit their vulnerabilities, and steer clear of unnecessary confrontations. Furthermore, delving into their mindset enables you to unveil their humanity, to witness their imperfections, vulnerabilities, and internal struggles. This realization dismantles the simplistic notion of them being inherently evil, transforming them into individuals who may be misguided rather than malevolent, flawed rather than monstrous, and fundamentally similar to you rather than different. Understanding your enemy also offers a mirror into your own psyche. It unveils the triggers of your anger, the threats to your ego, and the challenges to your values. By scrutinizing your reactions and motivations, you embark on a journey of self-discovery. This introspective process empowers you to learn from your mistakes, refine your character, and nurture the growth of wisdom within yourself. Seneca, the revered Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this transformative approach succinctly. The best way to overcome an enemy is to make him a friend. This aphorism transcends the conventional understanding of defeating an adversary through force, urging individuals to explore the transformative power of turning an enemy into an ally. Such a conversion is not merely an external shift, but an internal metamorphosis that requires a deep understanding of the motives and perspectives of both parties. By understanding your enemy, you can also understand yourself. You can see what triggers your anger, what threatens your ego, and what challenges your values. You can examine your own motives, actions, and consequences. You can learn from your mistakes, improve your character, and grow your wisdom. Number 4. Ignore them. In the intricate tapestry of dismantling enmity without engaging in physical combat, the fourth potent strategy is the art of deliberate ignorance. This involves a conscious decision to divert attention away from your adversary, choosing not to acknowledge their words, actions, or very presence. It is an approach that implies treating them as if they were inconspicuous or beneath your notice. The act of ignoring your enemy serves as a formidable tactic, stripping them of the satisfaction that often accompanies provocation, harm, or influence. By demonstrating an indifference to their attempts at disruption, you communicate a powerful message that they hold no sway over your emotions, actions, or well-being. This not only denies them the anticipated reaction, but also conveys that their efforts are futile and irrelevant. Furthermore, the intentional act of ignoring your enemy empowers you to redirect your focus towards what truly matters in your life. By sidestepping the distractions they may present, you can channel your energy into pursuits that bring joy, align with your goals, and contribute to personal growth. This deliberate shift allows you to transcend the negativity associated with conflicts and invest your time and efforts in activities that enrich your life. Living in accordance with the present moment becomes a crucial aspect of this strategy. By ignoring your enemy, you create a mental and emotional space to appreciate the positives in your life, fostering a mindset of gratitude. This, in turn, enables you to prepare for the future with a clear and unburdened perspective. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, as espoused by the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius, encapsulates the essence of this approach. This maxim encourages a departure from the cycle of retaliation and negativity, urging individuals to rise above the impulse to mirror the actions of their adversaries. By choosing a path of non-engagement and deliberate ignorance, you not only shield yourself from the corrosive effects of animosity, but also embody a higher form of resilience and wisdom. By ignoring your enemy, you can also focus on what matters to you, what brings you joy, and what makes you better. You can pursue your goals, cultivate your virtues, and enjoy your life. You can live in the present, appreciate the good, and prepare for the future. Number 5. Forgive them. In the profound journey of disarming your enemy without resorting to physical combat, the fifth transformative strategy involves the formidable power of forgiveness. This transcendent act encompasses letting go of resentment, releasing the grip of grudges, and relinquishing any lingering desires for revenge. It is an elevation of consciousness that entails accepting the reality of what transpired, understanding the underlying reasons, and ultimately moving beyond the shackles of past grievances. Forgiving your enemy is akin to unburdening yourself from the weight of hatred, neutralizing the poison of anger, and liberating your spirit from the entrapment of bitterness. It is a process that not only heals the wounds inflicted by animosity, but also facilitates the restoration of inner peace, allowing you to reclaim your emotional and mental equilibrium. Moreover, forgiveness opens the door to the possibility of reconciliation, cooperation, or even the emergence of an unexpected friendship. By choosing to forgive, you embark on a journey of personal empowerment. This transformative act is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength, generosity, and nobility. It demonstrates that you are not a slave to your emotions, but a master of reason, capable of transcending the primal urge for retaliation. It showcases that you are not a victim, ensnared by circumstances, but a conscious creator of your destiny, choosing the path of healing and growth. Epictetus, the revered Stoic teacher, encapsulated the essence of forgiveness with his profound words, "Forgiveness is better than revenge, for forgiveness is the sign of a gentle nature, but revenge is the sign of a savage nature." This wisdom underscores the transformative power of forgiveness, highlighting it as a manifestation of a gentle and enlightened character. Choosing forgiveness over revenge is not merely a tactical decision, but a reflection of the inner strength that arises from transcending base instincts and embracing the higher virtues of compassion and understanding. By forgiving your enemy, you can also demonstrate your strength, your generosity, and your nobility. You can show that you are not a slave to your emotions, but a master of your reason. You can show that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but a creator of your destiny. You can show that you are not a follower of the crowd, but a leader of yourself. Number 6. Outsmart them. In the intricate dance of dismantling enmity without resorting to physical confrontation, the sixth strategic avenue is the art of outsmarting your adversary. This involves harnessing your intelligence, creativity, and strategic acumen to navigate the complexities of conflict and emerge victorious through the power of wit and ingenuity. Outsmarting your enemy is a testament to foresight, enabling you to sidestep unnecessary risks, surmount formidable obstacles, and steer towards outcomes that align with your goals. This strategic approach not only shields you from potential pitfalls, but positions you as a master of the chessboard, anticipating moves and counter-moves with finesse. Additionally, the element of surprise, confusion, or admiration that accompanies outsmarting your adversary can elicit respect, admiration, or even a hint of trepidation. Demonstrating intellectual prowess in the face of adversity serves as a showcase of competence, resourcefulness, and excellence. It is a proclamation that transcends mere tactical victories, establishing you as a sage navigating the intricate tapestry of conflict. This approach communicates that you are not a passive observer, but an active participant, strategically maneuvering the pieces to achieve desirable outcomes. Cicero, the venerable Stoic lawyer, encapsulated the essence of this approach with his timeless wisdom. The skill of the wise man is to turn everything that happens to his advantage. This sage counsel encourages a perspective that transcends immediate circumstances, urging individuals to transform challenges into opportunities and adversities into stepping stones toward progress. In essence, outsmarting becomes a manifestation of wisdom, turning the tide of conflict to your advantage and showcasing the resilience of the human spirit. By outsmarting your enemy, you can avoid unnecessary risks, overcome difficult obstacles, and achieve desirable outcomes. You can also surprise them, confuse them, or impress them. You can make them respect you, admire you, or fear you. By outsmarting your enemy, you can also prove your competence, your resourcefulness, and your excellence. You can show that you are not a fool, but a sage. You can show that you are not a pawn, but a player. You can show that you are not a loser, but a winner. Number 7, love them. In the profound quest to neutralize enmity without resorting to physical combat, the seventh and ultimate strategy is to harness the transformative power of love. This involves deploying kindness, compassion, and benevolence as instruments of change. It is a paradigm-shifting approach that transcends conventional notions of conflict resolution, urging individuals to wish well for their adversaries, engage in benevolent actions, and actively contribute to their personal growth. Loving your enemy is an alchemical process that has the potential to metamorphose their animosity into understanding, heal their wounds, and even guide them towards a path of redemption. Simultaneously, this act of love becomes a profound journey of self-elevation, self-enrichment, and self-enlightenment. By choosing love over animosity, you not only impact the other person, but also elevate yourself to a higher plane of consciousness and moral fortitude. The transformative power of love extends beyond the realm of interpersonal dynamics. It is a force that has the capacity to turn adversaries into friends, opponents into allies, and conflicts into opportunities for collaboration. Through the genuine expression of love, you foster an environment where relationships can be mended, alliances can be formed, and partnerships can flourish. By choosing love as a response to animosity, you also affirm your own humanity, divinity, and inherent beauty. It is a declaration that you are not a purveyor of hatred, but a harbinger of love. This act showcases that you rise above the baser instincts, embodying a godlike quality that transcends the realm of conflict. It underscores your role as not just a part of the problem, but an integral component of the solution. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, encapsulated this transformative approach with his timeless wisdom. The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. This profound statement challenges the notion of revenge as a solution, urging individuals to rise above the cycle of hatred and emulate a higher standard of conduct, one that is rooted in love and compassion. By loving your enemy, you can also express your humanity, your divinity, and your beauty. You can show that you are not a hater, but a lover. You can show that you are not a beast, but a god. You can show that you are not a part of the problem, but a part of the solution. In embracing these 7 transformative ways to dissolve enmity without resorting to physical combat, the Stoic philosophy offers a profound roadmap not only for overcoming external adversaries, but more importantly, for conquering the internal foes within oneself. By following these paths, you embark on a journey of self-destruction, not of your true self, but of the false constructs of ego, pride, and ignorance that shroud your authentic being. The essence of Stoicism lies in the destruction of the enemy within, paving the way for the emergence of the best version of yourself. Through the deliberate choices of understanding, ignoring, forgiving, outsmarting, and ultimately loving, You dismantle the barriers that hinder your connection with virtue, wisdom, and happiness. Will you join us on this odyssey of self-discovery and growth? The path of the Stoic awaits, promising a life of profound fulfillment and purpose. If you find resonance in these timeless teachings, we invite you to like, comment, and subscribe, becoming part of a community dedicated to exploring the depths of wisdom and virtue. Together, let us embark on a shared journey towards the highest ideals of the Stoic philosophy, enriching our lives and those around us in the pursuit of a harmonious and enlightened existence.